Everybody came to hear what we had to say about Matrix and mind control. Check? Anybody see the movie? I know y'all all saw it, right? Oh, we're going to get deep into it. Now, I know all of y'all, since you all are graduates of the gathering, y'all don't go sit in front of the movies just to be entertained, do you? Y'all take notes at the movies? Because I know who's been my student. I see them in the movies with a clipboard. Now, if y'all ain't going into the movies with clipboards or with tapes so that you could be making notes to yourself, then you are being entrained. You're being entrained to feel good about what's going on the screen. You are one of Big Brother's best kept secrets. Now, I'm going to tell you how they're settling up with technology. There's two different types of mind control. And we're going to deal with the first type of mind control for part one before we break. The first kind of mind control will then let you know what's happening with the second kind of mind control. The first kind of mind control gets real deep. This is why your metaphysical antennas got to be up at full tilt while I'm talking. Now, all of y'all here, how many of y'all into metaphysics, the deep kind of metaphysics? Show a hand. All right, not too many of y'all into that deep metaphysics. Now, metaphysics is going to have to be the quote-unquote religion of tomorrow. If it isn't, you're fucked. Totally and absolutely. If you don't understand metaphysical principles, forget going to school, forget going to work. Well, go to work. Just be blissful, and when time comes when to throw the dirt on you, then just cash in. But if you are about evolving, it is time you open up that metaphysical grave that had been dug for you, the part of you, the spark that lays buried. That is what's going to open you up. That's what's going to give you the ability to escape your metaphysical mind. Damn all of what it is they're showing you out here. This is the illusion. If you saw Matrix, it had told you it's the illusion. But you didn't have to go to see Matrix because we've been telling you that for 25 years. And I know the elders have been telling you that longer than that from inside. Okay? Two types of mind control. Stay with me. Some of y'all are not going to be able to stay with me. Some of y'all are going to have to sleep. It's all right. I'm going to speak to that other side, the part that is awake. Two types of mind control. The first, and again, what I wrote down here came from inspiration. In the nighttime, when people are sleeping, I stare out at the sky, the window, and this is what you're going to have to do to pick up. Let that melatonin and melanin start to secrete, and then start picking up that information. The first kind of mind control can be viewed as consciousness containment and manipulation through biological, psychological, etheric, and spiritual colonization and terraforming. Now, what do I mean by that? What am I meaning by that? Consciousness containment and manipulation through biological, psychological, etheric, and spiritual colonization is based upon the terraforming of the blood crystals, of the blood matrix, of the flow of life and light that is now inside of you. Everybody is getting hip to how they're electronically playing with your brain. And by nature alone, your awareness of it creates specific types of light codes that help you to recognize it subconsciously and bypass the programming. It isn't working just to shove a chip in your head anymore. Because the awareness factor, people outgrow. Just like you give somebody a cigarette for the first time and they start choking and coughing. The same principle when they put that chip inside of your head. Your body tends to become accommodating of it, and if your consciousness level is strong enough, you bypass the circuitry. They're finding out more and more that mental manipulation, biological manipulation isn't working at the level they are currently practicing. So how have they gone? This is what we're going to get into. The second form of mind control is technological interfacing of gadgets with bioelectrical neuronal sites in the brain and the nervous system. Let me check that again for you. Technological interfacing with gadgets or of gadgets with bioelectric neuronal sites in the brain and throughout the nervous system. That's the technical part. That's the one we'll get into after we go to the break. Now, the topics for mind control include displacement of consciousness, the filter of experience, electronic dissolution and disturbance and rearrangement of your memory. That includes your archetypal memory. That includes you not being able to interface with the information that your ancestors left in the blood genes and how they're going to do that. Another form is condensed knowledge, so that you work within specific parameters and nothing else. 4 or 5, reality and culture is a language construct. Reality and culture is a language construct. 6, now check, and very carefully. Eating is a form of information transference. Let me repeat that to you. Eating is a form of information transference. Now, I'm going to let that sit in and digest a little bit, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about and why it is that they got to get to your food and why you got to be doubly and triply careful of what it is you put into your mouth as sustenance. 7, the lockdown in third-dimensional space equals time reality through genetic reconstruction. Let me repeat that. The lockdown in third-dimensional space is equal to time reality through genetic reconstruction. In other words, your genes are being manipulated to maintain the ceiling of your awareness so that you will have no light code transmissions filtering through the specific filter of experience that they're going to give you. So your experience is going to be given to you so that your experience now amounts to being you building your own imprisonment. 8, synthetic telepathy. That's part of the technological and how they're going to play synthetic telepathy on you. People are now who have the chips in their head have been experiencing synthetic telepathy. That was the brother that we brought to Gary Bird and to the City Sun that time, Brian Wrong, when we exposed the fact that the chips were being put into people's heads all through the prison system. Who was there when we did that? You were there at the time. We exposed that. People thought we were crazy, but the Sun, that's why they shut the Sun down, people, because the Sun was dropping some serious science about what was going on the metaphysical tip and what they were doing, the government's control. Mind control is frequency warfare. Let me say that again. Mind control is frequency warfare. They ain't got to shoot no more bullets. They don't have to strap you down like they did Dr. Frankenstein and stick a node up your nose and up your ass and all up your back and in your ears and shoot electrical volts through it anymore. They can deal with frequency through the television, through your radio, and when I was speaking about synthetic telepathy, through your bones. Through your bones. Now, in the electronic dissolution of consciousness, there are some extraterrestrial interferences and incursion around that. Now, some people say, well, damn, here you go. He talking about little gray and green men running around, sticking us and prodding us here and there. Let's get it straight. Your ancestors were dealing with other neighborhoods long before our experience with the Caucasoid. It's all over our writings. It's all over our experience. We are extremely matter of fact about this. We are only getting hyped and excited about this. Why? Because he's getting hyped and excited about it. He's only now coming into the realization that there's nobody. See, he's been going around the globe conquering and killing everybody, thinking that he don't have no more strangers in here he calls his neighborhood. So there ain't nothing else for him to fear. Fear of a black planet.